take it away.
All right, awesome. So, welcome to session number 25.
Hooray.
We are on a roll. Last session, you guys managed to steal the eye of the mer people's fish god.
It was a dead fish, so they didn't care as much.
Yes.
The one guy actually wanted us to take it, but...
Of
course, it was a heinous act of sacrilege, so we're now not doing so well with the mer people.
Yeah. And get the eye onto your ship, which is where we immediately begin this session.
Yes.
So Agatha is looking almost dead. She is bloody and bleeding from all of the spear stabs that she got on the way back to the surface.
Okay.
Bertok, you are still relatively healthy.
Yeah. Oops.
And you guys managed to get the eye stored onto one of the decks on the outside of the ship.
Mm-hmm. We decided it was way too big to fit down into the hold and that kind of thing, so...
Right. The sea starts to roil as mer people start to come up and try to find where you guys are.
Mm-hmm.
And Boffin makes the ship ascend so that you guys can start to travel back to civilization and get away from the angry mer-folk.
Okay.
He says to you, Bertok, that, Captain, maybe you should try diplomacy.
Well, while we're waiting, I'm going to rejoin his player. Well, I think it's a nice little... Not going to play anything right now. Except that we totally should, but he hasn't let me have any music to play.
Well, I've been sitting here all day. I've been sitting in this waiting room, and I've been waiting on my friends. Yes, I'm waiting on this conference call, all alone, and I'm on hold. Well, yes, I'm on hold.
Forgot I had this.
I hope it's not all day. Well, I wonder where they are. Yes, I wonder where my friends have gone. Where'd they go? Tell me, where could they be while I'm waiting on this conference call? I don't know. Well, I'm holding on my phone. Yes, I'm holding
tell y'all a story about a man who was on hold all day. Yes, he was. Now, maybe he had the time wrong, and maybe he didn't.
Ish.
There's-
So,
That's all right. I played some fun music for you to celebrate your cutting out. Welcome back, though.
Thank you. Boffin says, Bertok, come here, Captain. Maybe you could try diplomacy sometime. As the mer-folk try to throw their spears up and hit the bottom of your ship.
To which I respond, do we happen to have any dynamite on board? Because I know dynamiting fish is kind of a pastime of rednecks. Backwoods.
No, we don't.
Okay, never mind then. It was an idea, but probably one I shouldn't go with just because then it's hard to ride around.
Poor fishes. Boffin starts to steer the ship away, but before you guys get very far, he will look down at the crowd of mer-folk thrashing about in the sea and say, "Oh my God, it's the other engineer. He's down there. We got to go back and get him." What do you guys do?
Excuse me. There we go. Huh. What in the world?
Sorry, what's the last thing you guys heard?
You said, what do you do? And I said, well, I don't know. But,
The engineer is flapping about in the water, trying to keep the mer people off of him.
didn't he
And-
die? Didn't we shoot him?
Yes, he did get shot. He did descend down into the deeps as something dragged him under. Yes.
How did he survive? Or are we allowed to know at this point?
You have no idea how
Okay.
he might have survived.
All right. All right.
But he is also not wearing any clothes. Strandway.
Oh. Okay. Does it look like he has been kind of happy to not be wearing any clothes? If you get my drift.
No, he looks quite terrified as he tries to swim out of this mass of mer people that are surrounding him. You
He is
hear him
surrounded,
shout
right,
out,
though? He is basically being flocked by mer people.
Yes.
Okay. I will shout over to Boffin, keep her steady, and I'll run over to the nearest ballista, aim and fire at the mer person directly to the left of the engineer.
Okay. Roll for volley. All right. Awesome. You hit that mer person, and the impact of it will send it down into the water, and it will float down out of sight. As you get closer, you can see that this person's hair seems to be green colored.
The engineer's hair?
Yes.
Interesting. Okay.
And as you get closer, he shouts, "Don't leave without me! Help! Take me with you!"
I will load another bolt. This time I will tie a rope onto the tail of it, onto its fletching, and
Okay.
fire at another mer person close by. My intention
Cool.
being to
Cool.
give him something to grab onto.
Yeah, all right, sure, go ahead and try.
I meant to do that last time and then I didn't, so I was like, oh, well.
Okay, that will not hit a mer person, but it will hit very close to your. Actually, no, it will hit another mer person. They will hiss in anger and throw their spears up at you.
Right.
At the descending airship. You'll hear one or two of them stick in the bottom of your ship.
Okay. Yeah, that's fun. I'll yell over the side, grab on!
He will say, "Oh, thank you," and grab on tightly to the rope.
At which
and
point
try to climb it.
I will wave to Boffin to take off. Climb fast.
All right. Yeah.
I think the
Boffin.
universal signal is this. I learned this from a friend of mine in junior high who took scuba diving classes, and he said, "This is the universal signal for shark. Surface now."
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of a cool thing.
The ship ascends into the heavens, dragging up the poor engineer with it. He climbs slowly up the rope. You guys pull it up, and he collapses into a wet pile onto the deck there. He says, "Oh, thank you for saving me. I thought I was a goner."
Oh, man, I'm tired, says Bertok. And he says, "No problem. Glad to see you're all right." And I look down at him. Do I notice anything out of the ordinary other than his green hair?
Green hair. He is not wearing any clothing or anything.
That means
and you
I
can't-
will divert my eye. I will divert my gaze. And I'll say, "Cover your shame," or something to that effect. Do you have no sense of something, modesty or something else? I don't remember what the word is.
I'm sorry. The mer people tore off all my clothes. He grabs a pile of rope and covers himself with it. Let's see. Aside from the green hair, he's nude, and you can't see any wounds on him.
Okay. How did they turn your hair? I ask.
Oh, that's from seaweed, he says, and kind of tries to brush it out, but the green color
I see.
stays in place.
Okay. Well, we'll overlook it for now. Get a clean change of clothing and get up here as fast as you can. We'll need you on lookout. No mercy. No rest.
Okay. Who's the captain? I'm sorry.
I'm the captain. Don't you know me?
Right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He scampers off to get clothing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, where did we leave the Proteus? On the boat? Side deck?
What's that?
Back deck? I don't remember where we stuck it.
The eye is on the back deck.
Okay. I will lock the ballista down and walk back up to the bridge and start to talk to Boffin and ask Boffin, what is our status? How long do you think it would take us to get back to... do we need to stop
Boffin.
anywhere?
I don't think so. We have enough. We should have enough stores to sail back to
Delgar.
Delgar. With good wind and fair sailing, we should be okay. Should probably take. Well, it took us about 3 weeks to get here.
Okay.
But that was with very good navigating and you reading the wind currents and stuff. I guess it should probably take about 3 weeks to get back. Hopefully.
Okay. Yeah, let's, shoot. We really don't want to take too much time holding on to this thing. We want to get rid of it as soon as possible.
Yeah.
So let's just get it off our hands, get paid, and call it good. Lady Blackadder will be extremely pleased, I am sure.
You'll hear the engineer that you guys rescued come up and start to putter around the engine room here. Boffin will ask you, but did the engineer seem okay to you?
He seems...
Was he all right?
he was nude. But other than that, he seems fine. Although he didn't remember that I was the captain, which is odd. But I'm willing to overlook it. He's quite flustered after his ordeal, I'm sure. But of course, you have authority as well, so if you think it prudent to look him over or question him or whatnot, feel free.
Yeah, Boffin will knock on the wall back here, and the engineer will come up to the bridge here. The cook is back in the kitchen. Okay. The Boffin will question the engineer. So do you feel up to working in the engine room yourselves? Are you confused? Are you in any way disabled? What the engineer will say, I mean, I feel a little groggy. I'm not quite sure of everything, but I feel up to keeping the ship running. Boffin will kind of frown, but say, okay, and we do need someone back there with engineering skills, so all right, you can go back there and just keep up with the work, and we'll be fine. The engineer will give a salute to Boffin, and then head back to the engine room.
I watch silently from the side wings as all this takes place.
Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Um, a little while after you guys start to sail back to more civilized climes, um, you will hear a scream from the engine room, and a blast of crackling noise will come from the machinery there.
Oh. I run back. I'm going to run back and take a look. Yeah. What do I see when I blast through the side door? What's going on in here? I yell as I slam the door open with one hand and one stump.
The large machinery to the left there has had some sort of a catastrophic failure. There's crackling bolts of energy leaking from it.
Cool. Okay. Not cool, but no, I yell as I run in and beeline right toward the machinery to go try to shut it down before it causes any more damage to itself or anything else.
You feel the ship start to lose altitude. But there is a large lever that says off on the side of the machinery there that you think would probably...
I lunge toward it and try to hit it with my hand.
Okay. There's bolts of energy leaking from this thing. Make a defy danger with Constitution.
Oh, yeah.
You have good Constitution.
I should have thought of that.
Okay, yeah, you succeed. You succeed in reaching through these bolts of energy, grabbing the lever and yanking it down. And the machinery gradually stops hissing and making sparks and goes still.
As soon as that happens, I will whip around and yell, "Well, how did this happen? Answer me, sir." Do I notice that this guy has turned into a mer person? I don't think so.
I think you would have noticed, yeah. Yeah, the mer person is wearing the remains of the engineer's clothes and is quite dead, having been shocked by that explosion and thrown back against these barrels back here.
I see.
He is quite dead.
That's not good. Well, okay. Yeah. Well, I will go over and examine the body, checking for its pulse and all the other things that people do in TV shows.
Yeah,
And then I'll look at my fake watch on the stump of my elbow, and I'll say, record of death, 3:30 p.m.
Oh, God. Agatha will come bursting in through this door here. What happened? What happened?
I
You
point.
suddenly lost altitude.
I point. She turns and screams and runs from the room.
Oh, she's sterner stuff than that.
Oh, okay. That's good. I'm happy that she is. Yeah.
So the engineer wasn't actually an engineer?
It doesn't seem so. It seems that he was using the engineer's likeness to disguise himself. I wondered, but I didn't want to say anything because I couldn't prove anything, of course. And stuff.
You can hear Boffin cursing at the front of the room as you guys finally splash down into the ocean once again.
Okay. How far from the Mer city are we? How far did we actually get?
Yeah, you're an hour or two's flight away, so you're quite far away.
Okay. Okay. I say.
You can fly much faster than they can swim.
All right.
So
Well, I mentioned
you
to
have quite
Agatha, we need to keep an eye out. We need to keep a watch on the water, make sure nothing's actually after us. He sabotaged us thinking that that would do something important, do something effective, and if we've made this much time, we're already quite far away from its people, so we definitely need to keep a watch out if he thought we were in danger for having sabotaged us.
Agatha, Agatha is going to agree that you guys will need to keep watch, and Boffin is going to yell through the wall here, "What happened back there?"
I'll yell back. Engineer sabotaged us. He really wasn't an engineer. He was a merman.
Damn it.
I know. That's what I kind of thought, too. But I didn't say anything. I probably should have. Sorry, Boffin.
You're the captain. You're supposed to make those kind of decisions. Anyway.
You're the one who questioned him. I was letting you make the
Agatha.
judgment call.
Agatha, go steer the ship, okay?
Yeah.
Wee, I get to steer the ship. Yay! Wee, wee. Boffin takes a look at what exactly was damaged here. And he says, "Oh no, that was the alembic generator." Oh boy.
What does it mean? I ask.
Huh?
What does it mean?
Oh, the alembic generator generated alembic current, which was used to stimulate those orbs on the side of the Nautulus there, and help us levitate.
Got it. Okay.
So without that, we are grounded on the water. But the motor wasn't affected. The engine wasn't affected.
So we still can
Make sure it
move.
wasn't affected. Right. We still have the propellers. They can still move us.
Okay.
But we're just bound to the water until we can get this fixed.
So we seem to be moving at a pretty good rate, or at least we were until we landed. So I would say let's just keep it up.
Yes. So my thought, Bertok, was that I don't know. Either I could navigate, and we can fix it when we get back to wherever, or I can stay back here, like you navigate or somebody navigate, and I'll try to stay back here and get it fixed and working. possibly.
Well, this is your area of expertise. I would prefer to have us in the air rather than on the water. But of course, we're going to be on the water for a while, so let's have you try to fix it. I'll stay up front. Agatha and I will take care of lookout and navigation and helmsmanning the place. Helmsmanning.
Helmsmanship.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever you want to call it. Steering the thing.
All right. That sounds like a plan, Bertok. Captain, I'll get to work on this. Have us in the air in no time whatsoever. Well, maybe. Yeah.
Take as much time as you need, just do it right, I say.
All right.
Yeah. So, okay, I will leave him to it. Wander back up. Out of the way.
Yeah.
You're as short as me. I jump on top of her. I say, go keep a lookout on the side deck. We don't want anything coming up at us. So let's, I'll take the wheel from here. Thanks for your help, though.
All right. Agatha will try to cast a spell.
Ooh. What kind of spell?
Come on, dice roll. Dice roll. Fine. That's weird. The chat froze. Hello?
It says you're typing. Yep, I see that.
But okay. But the dice rolling is not. You can do it manually. Oh, there we go. It worked. Okay.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah, Agatha will pray to her deity, and then lay her hands on you, Bertok, and you will feel a healing energy enter your poor broken body,
What about her poor
and you will
broken
be
body?
healed
Okay.
for. You'll be healed for 4 hit points,
All right. I'm up to 15.
and she will do the same thing for herself. She succeeds. Healing for 1.
2 if you want to make it a...
She staggers out here to one of the side decks and keeps watch as you guys take off along the surface of the ocean.
All right. Yay. I steer. I turn the wheel to the left sometimes.
To the left, to the right. You hear Boffin cursing in the engine room.
As he stumbles and slams against the wall from all my turning. Knock it off up there, he yells. Trying to work back here and I just lost a wrench. Sorry.
Hey,
Keep her steady, you bastard. Sorry again.
several. Agatha is going to try to heal herself some more.
Okay.
Agatha. Now, Bertok, if you click on your character, do you see the Defy Danger option now?
Yes, I do.
Okay, cool, great. That's what I was hoping I figured out.
Yep, I do see that. I still do see my Bertok Noki attack button below my picture, though, as well. I wonder if I could just remove that. Defy danger. Hack / show macro. Oh, if I hit macro quick bar checkbox, it goes away.
All right. Several hours later, you guys have Agatha has reported to seeing no mer people catching up to you guys, so you seem to be outpacing them. The engines seem to be doing fine. Bertok, you're continuing to steer the ship here. And I think you guys, Bertok and Agatha, you guys can consider that a short rest. Right, you can't. So the cook will bring you guys some food, and you guys can take what amounts to a camping here. So
Sure.
you guys can add half of your maximum hit points to yourself. And Bertok, that should about heal you up.
That does heal me up.
Agatha. Great. Great. It will not quite heal Agatha, but 5 plus 9, 14. She's almost healed. So,
Okay.
cool. All right.
Oh, man. I gotta stop yawning for this.
Agatha, seeming convinced that you guys have outpaced the mer-folk, will drag the corpse of the mer person up to the main deck here
Okay.
and come in with it and
Oh,
say,
you had to bring that thing in here? I yell, almost throwing up at the side of it.
I want to try something, and I want you on hand in case it goes badly. Agatha says.
Fine, fine. I comment and then cringe and step back a few steps as I watch warily out of the corner of my eye.
Okay. Agatha prays to her deity. She lays her hands on the corpse's body and
Oh boy.
says that she's going to try to speak with the dead corpse here.
Okay, I could have done that. I've got this little item, speak to dead orb knife thing, head. But,
The potion? Yeah.
yeah. But since you can do it with just a spell, go right ahead. Saves me from having to waste a
All right.
potion.
Yeah. That stuff might be expensive. Yeah. She lays her hand on the corpse, and suddenly the corpse's eyes flutter open, and it gives a moan of pain as it remembers that it died.
Yeah. Okay.
What do you want? I am compelled to answer 3 questions.
These are your questions, Agatha, I remark.
Yeah. Did our engineer survive? The corpse will give a cackle and say that the engineer survived long enough for the shapeshifters to capture his likeness, but then he perished.
I scowl. Shapeshifters. Not good.
How many shapeshifters are there? The corpse will ponder a moment and say that there is currently 2 in these among the mer-folk in these waters, and you killed one of them, so 1 left.
The one left being on our deck right now. Oh, no. That's the one we killed. He's dead. Okay. Never mind. Don't listen to me.
Agatha turns to you. Bertok, any questions?
No, I cannot think of anything. Not really. I'm sorry. I'm drawing a blank at the moment.
Okay. All right.
Oh, yes, I do have a... Well, no, that would be a waste of a question.
Okay.
No, do you want me to ask it? Because
Sure.
I'm just going to waste it. But I'll say, have you heard of my Athelia? Has she been by this way? I miss her so. I'll give
Was
a
that
whisper
the other
aside.
character?
That was Vicky's character.
Yeah. Right.
She was the bard.
Right. Agatha will give a quick look over at you, Bertok, as if she's wondering who this person is. And the mer person will say that yes, he seems to remember someone named Athelia once upon a time stopping in their kingdom. Yes.
Oh, cool. Happy to hear it. At which point he dies again.
Yes. His soul departs as he answers 3 questions, and the corpse once again goes rigid and immobile.
Mm-hmm.
Agatha will kick the corpse viciously as she realizes that they tortured and killed your good engineer. What do we do with the corpse, Bertok? Do you want to keep it or just toss it over the side? I kind of want to just toss it over the side.
I have an idea about this. but it would require that we be attacked by mer-folk. And that would be to bait the water for sharks with it. But that's a very unlikely scenario, and I would say, yeah, let's just toss it.
Okay. Agatha grabs the corpse by its tail and slithers it back over the side here.
Yep.
And it goes plop and sinks behind you guys.
Okay.
Agatha will say, "How's it going back there, Boffin?" "Pretty good. No explosions yet." "Good."
I haven't even been at it for 30 minutes. Why are you asking? He yells. Okay, I will get back to the wheel, and then, or rather, let's trade off. I'm going to trade off with Agatha. Agatha, you can steer for a while, and I will keep watch.
All right. I can do that, I think.
Just make sure you keep an eye on the map, because we need to be going the right way.
Oh, right. Yes, yes. Okay.
Don't want to end up like Dumb and Dumber, where they get all the way back across Kansas until they realize they've been going the wrong way. Nebraska, I should say.
So, Bertok, you're walking around the ship?
Yep, I am walking around the ship. And to that end, dink, dink, dink.
Some small time later,
There we go.
am I back?
Yep, some small time later, you said.
Okay, cool. Okay. Bertok, as you walk around the ship, a flock of seagulls has gradually overtaken the ship and is now kind of circling around the ship and kind of calling, for scraps of food and whatnot as they circle you curiously.
Miles back there, we left the dead merman, if you want him. I will wave my arms and yell, "Shoo! Get out of here!"
Can you make a perceive reality?
Oh, what? You mean discern reality?
Yeah, discern reality. Okay. Among all of the seagulls that have enveloped the floating ship, Bertok, you notice that one of them has purple eyes, which you've never seen in a seagull before.
That's odd. I think I've ever seen a seagull with purple eyes before. I mention to myself for some weird reason. I will run back up to the bridge and I'll yell, "Athelia, have you ever seen a seagull with purple eyes?"
She ponders for a moment. Nope, never seen one before.
Well, there's one out here if you want to see it. Bring your camera if you want. Or no, wait. Boffin is a gnome. He can totally make a little camera gadget. He probably has a camera stowed in every pocket of his long overcoat thing that all gnomes have. I'll open the engine room door and yell, "Boffin! Great chance to use your camera, which I know you should have. There's a seagull out here with purple eyes."
Oh, cool! I want to see that.
We all run out and look out. And we point and gawk and stuff.
The seagull with the purple eyes conveniently perches an easy view of you guys right on the front deck
Yep.
railing. Let me find a seagull. No seagulls? Really? How about gull? Gull? No. What? Bird? It's gotta be a bird. Bird? Really?
One moment.
Raven. I know there's ravens. Okay.
One moment.
There's a raven.
One moment. Not a raven. No, ravens don't. And then select. No,
Okay, the raven conveniently lands.
it's not a
Right
raven.
there, the seagull lands right where you guys can get a good look at him.
Oh, okay. One moment.
You back?
Almost.
Okay.
I'll reconnect once more in just a minute. Oh, you put it up at the front. That's funny.
Aww, it's so cute.
There you go. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back.
Aww. Okay, seagull with purple eyes
Yeah.
lands on the deck.
I promise I didn't see anything else while I was in GM mode.
No, of course not. No. Yeah.
We gotta make sure. We gotta come up with a way for me to drop tokens in player mode, because that would be totally cool.
Yeah, it would. Alright, so you guys are all at the windows here, staring out at the amazing seagull with the purple eyes.
Boffin excitedly scampering back and forth on his little gnome legs, pointing his gigantic telescopic lens out one of the portholes, and click, 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 click. Oh, click, 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 click. He's this tiny little thing with this giant lens coming off of him. End screen. I know what this is going to do.
And as he
Thumbnail,
takes
sorry.
a picture, it morphs into another mer-person.
Oh, God, no, not again, I yell, and then I run back, stumbling over the wheel and face planting before scrambling to my feet and running off to the side deck to load the ballista and fire an oblique shot across the bow and try to hit the thing.
Okay, you can try. I know you might have to shoot through the windows there, but okay, you can try.
Fire! Chew. No,
I think that misses.
that misses. I thought so too.
Just barely
Yeah.
misses. It skims right through the windows.
Shattering all of them. As the ship
Yes.
rolls on the water, we take on so much seawater that we're starting to sink. No, I don't want to be that mean. But I'll swear under my breath and pull the sword from my belt and dash and blast my way back through all the doors. Bang, bang, bang. And go in with my sword held high and take a swing at the thing as it flops about on the deck.
Okay.
You're out of your
you
element,
don't
I
get-
yell. Oh, okay, I don't get that far yet.
Yeah. The mer-person will give a laugh, give a cackle as you miss Bertok, and start to morph and transform again into a hideous chimera of sea creatures.
I thought it was pronounced chimera. The thing keeps
His
transforming. Still, we've got Smiley Seagull over here just kind of hanging out.
Oh, seagull. Boom. Yeah. His head and body will transform into a whale's, and the back end of the whale will merge into the tentacles of a squid.
Creepy. I like it. Cool. Okay. How far into the engine room does it come? Or into the bridge does it come?
Where is the swivel stick? There it is. What's up?
I assume his tentacles are now protruding through the broken windows and such.
Not yet, no.
Okay. Well, my thought being, let's take this thing out as quick as we can. So I immediately raise my sword and lunge toward the thing, hand held high, as I run through the door and make a swipe at one of the longer tentacles.
All right.
Pew.
That will succeed.
Hack slash.
All right. Cool. 7 damage. Great.
That shouldn't have worked, by the way.
Oh, is that your roll? Oh, that's your roll. Okay.
Oh, I see what you did. No, I rolled the 8, but let me... Do I just attack now? Do I try attack?
That would work, except it's not hooked up to your...
All right, I will just do my 1d10 plus 1d4. And call it 11 damage. And string mod didn't get...
You slice through that... that thick tentacle.
Mm-hmm.
With no resistance. The whale squid thing gives a bellow and wraps you in a thick tentacle Bertok and gives you a squeeze.
Hug me tight. Seagull weirdness.
Okay, Agatha didn't do that, but doing 9 damage to you, Bertok.
Okay. Why is not my bar showing up? 9 damage?
Yes.
So
that can be
that's
negated by your
5,
armor.
So 19. Down to 19.
Okay. The whale head of this massive creature will give an enormous keening sound that will send everybody's ears ringing and distorted. This will so disorient and confuse everybody that they get -1 to whatever they do ongoing for this combat.
Okay. Yeah. Alright, I can't do it, but whatever.
Boff. So, yeah.
Go ahead. I'm just thinking out loud. But no, I don't intend to say anything.
Boffin will stumble back and hit the alarm button on the ship. That will make Klaxon start to shriek and red gems flash everywhere on the ship. We're being boarded! Everyone, help out and repel the invaders! The cook comes running up to the bridge. What's happening?
Yell through the haze of ear ringing. We're having calamari tonight. If you can take that thing out.
Calamari! He pulls out a chef knife and starts slashing at tentacles.
And then I totally try to make another hit with the thing. I need to stop. I'm playing things in the background that you can't hear.
Sorry, what you doing, Bertok?
I am playing sound effects. And it's kind of fun, but not useful. I'm going to make another hit at the thing, wriggling my arm free with my sword. I will try to jam it down into the head of this thing.
The tentacles are holding you quite tightly. You might have to try and physically wriggle out before you attack.
Strength check then against the tentacle.
Yes.
I fail.
Oof. Um, yeah, you're still going to be caught in its tentacly embrace. Um, you're going to hear Agatha chanting, though, and Bertok, you will feel a light shine into you,
Okay.
and you will feel blessed
Yay! I like feeling
by
blessed.
something. And this is actually the bless spell, which Agatha gives you gives a combatant +1 to anything ongoing, so long as the battle continues and they stand and fight. So this will negate the whale's song for you,
Okay.
or if the whale's song stops, it will give you the +1.
Yep. Got it. Okay.
Bertok, don't die!
I won't! I yell. I have a plan! If you can hear me through the ear ringing. Oh no, I want to do that in this browser. I will try to wriggle free again.
Okay.
Because I have a plan. I now have an awesome plan. This does not involve attacking directly. What do I do? Yay! I totally get out of the way.
Yes, you do.
And okay, I won't do that anymore either. I found more sound effects, ear ringing sound effects. But okay, I get out of the way. Hooray! I am out on the deck. I dash through, circle around the thing, the steering wheel thing, whatever you call it.
Okay.
And I yell, brace yourselves! Grab onto something! As I turn the wheel, throw a lever, and bring both engines in and point them up and turn up their throttle so that the exhaust of the engines is pointed right at the giant whale squid. My intent being to dry the thing out so that it dies. Because, you know, whales can't live outside of the water. If a whale dries out, it dies. That's the assumption anyway. And then I say,
Man.
Agatha, don't you have a part the water spell? Like, can't you go out and... Because that would be awesome, too.
Agatha will look confused and say, no.
I, therefore, push the lever even further forward and rev the engine even more.
The engines are fixed in place. They can't rotate.
Okay. Yeah, they can. I will dash through this door and out this door and scamper up the ladder to the top of the canopy sword in hand.
Okay.
No, sword gripped between my teeth, and crawling my way up these ladders to the top of the canopy, I will examine the canopy and see if we can at least collapse the back end of it, or the front end of it, actually. No, wait, he's on the front of the ship, isn't he? He is on the front of the ship. Darn it.
Yeah.
You're not going to let me do this, are you?
It's a cool idea.
But it's very impractical, and you can't let me do it if you don't think it's going to work. Trust me, it's far-fetched, and I just want to make it cool, but I don't. If it's not realistic, don't let me then.
Yeah, it's really not gonna be realistic.
Hey, I know what to do. I know what to do. I will take the Proteus and I will looking up at the engines from this side deck, I'll just look crestfallen and then snap back up and get a great idea. Dashing through this door into the engine room, I will grab one of the smaller barrels and a coil of rope, and I will lash the coil of rope across one of the rim of the top of one of the barrels, drag it out and down the hallway, dashing through, stomping on this trapdoor to the hold, and then nudge my way out next to the Proteus. And I will attempt to throw the barrel into the top of the Proteus in order to fill it with that weird glowy liquid, and fill the barrel with this glowy liquid. And then I will try to.
Okay, you managed to get some.
Do I? I think I need to roll for that, because this is. Okay, I totally do. Yeah. I drag the barrel by the rope, careful not to get any on myself, back through the hold, back into the side corridor, and up to the front deck. I blast through the door, knocking Grabnot over. Meanwhile, go ahead.
Meanwhile, as you've been doing all of this, running around and scheming, the tentacles have burst through the glass of the
Where's my...
Just no way for me to say. Yes, I have seen some long hold times in my day. Yes, I have. And this was one of the worst. Now, this young man did not hang up the telephone, and you guess what happened? Yeah. That call began. That call started.
So stay on hold. You gotta stay on hold. Don't go away.
didn't. There's just no way for me to say. And yes, I have seen some long hold times in my day. Yes, I have. And this was one of the worst. Now, this young man did not hang up the telephone, and you guess what happened? Yeah, that call began. That call started.
So stay on hold. You gotta stay on hold. Don't go away.
All lines are busy. Please hold.
Please hold. Your call will be answered when the line is available.
Well, that said, I may actually have to get going. 'Cause I had things to do this afternoon, and this is not good. I want to come back to, I don't know, here. So, I am going to just call it good for now. Sorry, all. I do have to get running. So, take care. I will see you all a little later, and hopefully we will be able to maybe finish this halfway through then in 2 weeks from now, because we are kind of on a cliffhanger. Take care, all.